Joel Miller from The Last of Us is arguably one of the most famous and beloved video game characters ever created. And so when his death came in Part 2, that was the biggest point of controversy, and still is over a year later after the release of the game. And I wanted to talk in this video about if I ever think we will see Joel Miller in The Last of Us again. I do believe that the Part 3 is coming. I've made a video on that before. And after I made that video, Neildruckmann actually confirmed that an outline has been made for Part 3 with Ellie and Abby's story. He wrote it with Hallie Gross. It is just an outline. They are not officially developing it. They haven't even officially started writing the actual script. It is simply an outline that he says he hopes will see the light of day, which we all know it probably will. So now that we know that a Part 3 is definitely in the horizon at some point, the question is, will Joel return? And I personally think that he will, but it won't be for a significant role. Some people were really mad that he wasn't the front and center of Part 2 and say that he was like a side character. In my opinion, I completely disagree with that criticism, and I think that he is literally the entire backbone of the game. Him and Ellie's relationship is the core of the game. But we're not here to debate that. We're here to talk about if I think we're going to see him again. And I do, but I think if we do, it will be like for 2, maybe 3 scenes, like a flashback or something. He's not going to be, obviously he's dead, so he couldn't be a part of the game, and I do think that it's just going to be, very brief scenes. And we actually do know a little bit about Troy Baker's future of The Last of Us, and I'm going to get into that now. So, on the last day of Uncharted 4, Neildruckmann talked about how they brought out a cake for Nolan North, and it was his final send-off to the character as Nathan Drake, and it was his final day on set as Nathan Drake. And so it was a very emotional moment for Nolan North in the studio, since it was his final day on set as Nathan Drake. And then he described in an interview, he said they did a very similar thing for Troy Baker on his last day of shooting The Last of Us Part 2. So that essentially kind of confirms that Neildruckmann sees Joel's future in The Last of Us Part 2 as kind of non-existent, and that Part 2 was his send-off, kind of like Uncharted 4 was for Nathan Drake. So right there, I think it pretty much confirms that Joel Miller is not going to be a main character in any future Last of Us properties. Maybe, I still hold out hope for some DLC content with maybe him and Tommy, but it's probably not happening, but I'm an optimistic guy, what can I say? So yeah, that kind of says it right there. I wish I could find a link to put in the description so you could see exactly where Neildruckmann said this. I will try and find it, but I promise you it is a real, I'm not making this up. Neildruckmann did say that, and so I do think that Troy Baker's future in The Last of Us is pretty limited, and we'll might see him for 1 or 2 scenes in future installments. But you guys tell me what you think about Joel Miller's future in The Last of Us, and all the videos I'm going to be posting for the rest of June are going to be Factions videos, no more commentary videos. Once June is over, I will get back to talking about my Factions Part 2 speculation videos and all of that. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I can already tell that this is going to be a controversial video, and people are probably going to be in the comments getting pretty mad. And you'd think that a guy with 50 subscribers would be kind of safe from the hate The Last of Us 2 gets, but nope, it still finds its way to my channel. So yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys for a full auto June Factions episode next time. Bye-bye.